The phrase "have you ever" is a command, not a question. The phrase "have you ever" is incredibly powerful when used as a tool in NLP and hypnosis. The key here is, it's not just a question. It's a command that compels someone to search their memory for a specific emotional experience. When you say, "Have you ever felt excited?" or "Was there ever a time when you felt truly confident?" you're directing the person's focus inward to access and relive that emotion. You're effectively grounding them to recreate that emotional state in the present moment. The principle is, you're invoking a specific emotional state, and by doing so, you're pacing the person's emotional state, matching their feelings. And then you can lead them into a different direction, leading them to change or reframing. So an example, have you ever felt incredibly proud of something you accomplished? Can you recall that feeling of pride? Once they've connected with that emotional state, you can anchor it, link it to a specific gesture, word or phrase, then use it to introduce a new belief or idea. You can use the meta model for clarity. The meta model is a set of questions designed to clarify, challenge, and uncover distortions, deletions, or generalizations in a person's thinking. You can use the meta model to uncover deeper beliefs or flaws in someone's logic. This is like looking for gaps in their thinking, so you can reshape them. Some meta model question examples. What specifically do you mean by that? How do you know that's true? What would happen if you changed that belief? Then the slight him out reframing. Slight him out patterns. They're a set of linguistic patterns designed to shift someone's perspective by reframing their beliefs. This is where you start to use powerful language to change someone's view of themselves or the world. Some examples would be contradiction. What if the opposite were true? The context reframing. In a different context, this might actually be an advantage. The intention reframing. What's the positive intention behind the belief or the behaviour? Then we can switch to Ericksonian hypnotic language. Milton Erickson was a renowned hypnotherapist, and he used indirect language and metaphor to bypass the conscious mind and to plant suggestions directly into the subconscious. You can use metaphors, analogies, and embedded commands to create shifts in someone's belief and perception. For example, sometimes people can feel a little lost in life. But just like a tree, it takes time to grow and change. When you think about it, growth is inevitable. An example metaphor. Imagine you're holding onto a piece of paper. It's your old belief. And now imagine, as you slowly let go of that paper, it floats away, carried by the wind. As you release it, you feel lighter, freer, and ready to embrace something new. Then we can go to pattern interrupts. A pattern interrupt is a way to break someone's usual thinking pattern, forcing them to pause and to reconsider their beliefs and behaviour. The key to effective pattern interrupts is unpredictability and surprise. You could use questions or comments like, "What if that's not true? What else could be possible? Does that belief still serve you in the way it used to?" The polypatterns of plausibility. This idea focuses on increasing the credibility and the believability of your suggestions, making them appear logical and fitting the person's worldview. You can embed subtle hints, reframe issues, and use indirect suggestions to make your ideas more compelling. You can integrate all these techniques for change. The process would typically look like eliciting the emotional state using a "have you ever" or a similar question. Reframe the belief by showing a new perspective using sleight of mouth, metaphors, and Ericksonian techniques. Link the new belief to the emotional state that you've evoked. You anchor it, so it feels grounded in real experiences. Then a pattern interrupt, ending with a question or a statement that disrupts their thinking and locks the new belief and forces them to consider the change. An example. Have you ever felt completely confident when you took on a new challenge? So you've had experiences where you've shown up with that confidence, right? What if you could tap into that same feeling in every new challenge that you face? Imagine, whenever you need it, you can feel that same surge of confidence, just like when you're on top of the world. And isn't it fascinating how your confidence could grow in ways you never imagined before? How could this new belief help you today? You can make it personal. You seem to have come to the realization that seeking validation from others has created a cycle of insecurity, and it's important for you to release those beliefs and allow yourself to express without fear of rejection. You also seem to be ready to let go of all limiting beliefs that have caused you to suppress emotions and check out from life. In applying all these techniques, here's how you can take your understanding and transform it. To release the need for validation, using the patterns above, you can reframe your belief around external validation. Instead of needing praise, you can anchor confidence into your own self-acceptance. With a slight amount reframe, external validation has always been a way to feel accepted, but the truth is, when you stop seeking it, you open the door to an inner peace that nothing external can provide. And isn't that incredible? Embracing vulnerability. You can use the "have you ever" technique to unlock moments when you felt vulnerable but have come through stronger. Then reframe that belief of needing to suppress emotions and instead let the emotions guide you to a deeper strength. And a pattern interrupt. When you really think about it, could the moments where you felt most vulnerable be the same ones that help you grow the most? Letting go of limiting rules. As you go through your belief release process, you could repeatedly ask yourself these questions. Is this rule still serving me? How could I choose to let go of that belief and live more freely? What would life look like if I stopped trying to control everything and just embrace the flow? The key takeaways. The "have you ever" question. It's a command, not a question. It directs a person to relive an emotional experience. The meta-model questions, they help you identify flaws in someone's thinking and clarify their beliefs. The sleight of mouth and the reframing techniques challenge and shift the limiting beliefs. The Ericksonian language, the metaphors, analogies, embedded commands, they bypass the conscious mind and they install change at the subconscious level. And the pattern interrupts. They create a moment of surprise to lock in the new thinking. By integrating these principles and practicing them regularly, you'll begin to see powerful shifts not only in how you communicate, but also in how you perceive and act on the world around you. Try applying this with yourself. Take the beliefs and patterns you want to shift and start practicing "have you ever" command, followed by reframing, anchoring and pattern interrupts. The more you do it, the more natural it will become, won't it?